Hello everyone. I'd like to officially welcome you all to my I Have My Oils Now What webinar. I'm thankful you all took the time to join me this evening. If you have any questions throughout the webinar, please type them in the question portion on the right of your screen. And if I didn't answer your question at some point during the webinar, I'll answer questions at the end. Many of you listening have already purchased essential oils, and my purpose in having this webinar is to show you the next step so that you can receive maximum benefit for your oils. By way of a little introduction, I'd like to start by telling you a little bit about myself. I grew up in a Christian home, and I asked Jesus to come into my heart and forgive me of my sins at a young age. The Lord has blessed me and my family more than we deserve, and I believe essential oils are one of the many things that God has blessed us with. I've been married to my husband, Rick, for almost 18 years, and we have 3 amazing and individually unique children that bring us so much joy. Currently, I am homeschooling our children, which is a real adventure in itself. As you would expect, I'm an essential oil enthusiast. I started researching essential oils about 2 years ago. I won't take the time to go into the whole story with you tonight, but doTERRA and essential oils have changed our lives. We are healthier overall. We have been able to get off some medications, and I love that we can address our health concerns naturally rather than pumping our bodies full of chemicals. As you can see on the screen, I work part-time and run my own business. What do, you ask? I just tell people I know and those people I meet about essential oils and now how they have been a blessing to me and others. We will talk more about that opportunity at the end of this webinar. One small order of business before we begin is a disclaimer. I am not a doctor. I cannot diagnose or treat you medically. I am simply sharing my experiences and knowledge from my research and use of the products. I'd also like to point out that essential oils do not heal your body or cure diseases. They provide your body with what it needs to function the way it was created to. The human body is an incredible thing. It has the ability to heal on its own, and we have hampered our body's ability to function by the foods we eat and the toxins in our environment. Lastly, and most importantly, always use common sense when dealing with essential oils. Seek medical attention when necessary. Our family has the philosophy to treat minor health concerns with natural solutions first. Many times we have sought out medical opinions about certain issues to get a diagnosis, but then we consider the options for treatment and make our decision based on the knowledge we have gathered. Obviously, in emergency situations, you should always seek medical attention. We were very thankful for the medical community when my husband had his appendix removed. We were also very thankful for essential oils when it came to dealing with the incision after his surgery. Okay, now that that's over, let's move on to the fun stuff. Useful tools. When you begin using essential oils, I believe there are a few things that are very important to have at your fingertips. And honestly, I do not know how you can confidently use essential oils without them. The first thing I feel is pretty much mandatory is an essential oil guide of some sort. The Modern Essential book is a great resource for all things essential oils. If you are scientifically minded, this book has a large section in the front that goes into all the details of the chemicals constituents of essential oils. Personally, this information is way over my head, but I have a couple of friends that are doctors and nurses and they love this section. I love the second section of the book. You can see a picture of it in the middle of the slide. Each oil and oil blend is listed in alphabetical order. Common uses for each oil, how to use each oil, which oils blend well with other oils, and safety information is listed under each heading. You will also see information on how essential oils have been used throughout history, the properties of each oil, what body systems it affects, and a description of its odor. In the back there's a glossary. Again, it's in alphabetical order. So if you know your alphabet, it's as simple as ABC. In this section, you can look up topics like aging, menopause, tension, and you will see a list of oils that can be used and suggestions as to how to use them. There are also a couple of charts that list the properties of the oils in the back of the book. This is very helpful if you're looking for an oil that has a particular function and you aren't sure which oils you have that would help. I do have a couple of these books in stock. They are $28. I do give discounts if you purchase a membership, and depending on what you purchase, you can even receive this book for free. If you wanted to purchase this book on your own, you can find it on Amazon or through aromatools.com. They also have a smaller spiral version of this book if you wanted a smaller one for travel. However, it does not include all the information we just talked about. It's a condensed version. Another option you have, thanks to technology, is the Modern Essentials app. The app is a pretty comprehensive resource. It is very similar to the 6th edition of the Modern Essentials books, which we have just discussed. I believe the cost is $5.99 for Android users and $6.99 for Apple users. It is a one-time fee, and it is very handy to have on the go. Next, some suggestions for practical tools. This is something that is up to the individual. Again, I speak from experience, so I don't think I'm being lavish or stretching the usefulness of these products. Because citrus oils break down the petrochemicals in some plastics, it is good to use glassware. The most common and practical item is the roller bottles. We literally use roller bottles every day, and multiple roller bottles at that. I'm a firm believer in all essential oils need to be diluted when used topically. We will get into that a little bit more later, but using roller bottles makes life so much easier. They are a great convenience item. I like to have essential oils with me wherever I go, so I use the small sample vials. You can purchase a keychain like the one in the upper right-hand corner of your screen from doTERRA or through Aromatools for about $7, and it comes with 8 sample vials for you to fill, and in your choice of color, black or purple. Droppers are especially helpful if you are wanting to use an exact amount of essential oil. Some essential oils are very volatile and pour out of the bottle very quickly, so some people prefer to use a dropper for that reason. The droppers are pictured in the middle of your screen. These are also helpful when dealing with oils like vetiver that has a very thick consistency. You can be patient and wait for them to drop out of the bottle, or you can also purchase droppers that fit under the top of the bottle. We use spray bottles for cleaning sprays mostly. There are a variety of bottle sizes and types of spray toppers available. You can purchase glassware on Amazon, Aromatools, or through myoilbusiness.com. Just as a warning, Aromatools shipping costs are very high. If you live in my area and are interested in ordering through Aromatools, please contact me. We put in group orders periodically and split the shipping cost. You can contact me through the email address listed on the bottom of each slide. Another very useful tool is a diffuser. There are many types of diffusers out on the market. I will just briefly discuss these few shown here. One thing to avoid when you are purchasing a diffuser is a heat source. Heating essential oils to the boiling point changes the chemical makeup of the oil, which changes its effectiveness. The diffusers shown here all use ultrasonic technology. The first diffuser is the Aroma Ace diffuser by doTERRA. It's the black and white one with all the knobs on it. This is more of an industrial diffuser because it covers 600 to 800 square feet. It is used in hospitals and doctors' offices. You can change the output pressure and an intermittent timer, but one drawback of this diffuser is that it will run until the whole bottle of oil has been used up. It is also more difficult to diffuse blends that you create because you have to mix them in a bottle first. The second diffuser is the Lotus diffuser. From my understanding, there's a light that always remains on. It covers about 300 square feet, and it only runs for 1 hour. You add water and essential oils to a reservoir inside. The rest of the diffusers that I will tell you about also have a reservoir and function in the same way as the Lotus. The Aroma Light came out a couple years ago. It is a compact diffuser that was designed to use in a hotel room or office type space. It runs up to 8 hours and covers 500 square feet. There is an optional night light, and it can run continuously or intermittently. Just a side note, there is benefit for a diffuser to run intermittently. If you are using a diffuser for emotional benefit, which we will get into a little later, your brain only processes about 15 minutes of emotional benefit per hour. You will still gain benefit by running a diffuser constantly to purify the air, but there's a little bit of overkill if you're using a diffuser for an emotional benefit. 2 more diffusers quickly. The Petal diffuser is the pink and white one you see in the bottom corner. This one was released last year. It has an optional light, it has settings to run 2 or 4 hours, and it covers about 300 square feet. Lastly, the Jasmine Diffuser. This is a diffuser that my family uses and that I sell. I have found it to be the best blend of functionality and quality for the price. It comes in the 6 colors you see there, and the Jasmine can run continually for about 8 hours and can last 24 hours on the intermittent setting. It does not have a light, but it covers about 400 square feet. While we are talking about diffusers, I will answer a question I often get. How much essential oils do you use in your diffuser? The simple answer is 2 to 5 drops. When I'm using just one scent, say On Guard doTERRA's Protective Blend, we use 2 to 3 drops. It's usually whatever falls out. It's a very thin oil blend, so usually 2 drops ends up being 3. When I'm making my own blend, I typically use 4 to 6 drops. 2 drops Balance, 2 drops Orange, or sometimes I like a blend of lemon, lavender, and lemongrass, or wild orange, peppermint, and frankincense. I use 2 drops of each, which would be 6 drops total. The more you use, the stronger the scent will be. I would also like to point out that I've heard some people complain about their diffuser and that the smell isn't as pronounced anymore. My perspective on that is this. I believe you get used to smells. For instance, I have a friend that works at a cheese factory. They mainly make Swiss cheese. Let me tell you, it stinks in that factory. My friend, however, has no problem with it. He's worked there for years and it doesn't even faze him. My kids and I about gagged when we went there for a field trip. So I wouldn't say your diffuser is broken if you don't smell it as much as you used to. There could be another explanation. Getting the most out of your oils. Some of you may have essential oils or other doTERRA products and they have just sat in your medicine cupboard or in the box they came in and you rarely even use them. I'm going to try to give you a few tips on how you can learn to use them more and possibly even incorporate them into your daily life. First of all, make them accessible. This may sound simple, but it makes a big difference. Find what works for you. I personally have all my oils organized in alphabetical order on a nail polish rack in my bathroom. You can see that pictured in the upper right. When we move, I plan to reorganize them somewhere more central like a hall closet or a medicine cabinet because my kids are older and now know how to use them. Some people like to use a wooden storage box, a soft carrying case, or a drawer organizer. Some of my friends keep their oils scattered all over the house in the area where they use them most, the kitchen, the bathroom, on their nightstand. Find what works for you in your current situation. If you have small children, I would recommend you keep them out of the reach of those little hands. Next, learn more about them. The Modern Essentials book is a great resource. I have friends that sit and read about a new oil almost every night. Down at the bottom of the slide, there's a list of places you can go to learn more. You can always follow my oil page on Facebook, Essentially Heaven Sent. I post often on ways you can use essential oils. If you have enrolled through me, you have access to a private group on Facebook called the Modern Wellness Team. There are over 2,000 people in this group with years of experience. There are a number of doctors, nurses, massage therapists, wellness coaches, and many more professionals in this group. So you really get a well-balanced look at how to deal with health issues. You can read through posts with questions other people have asked. You can ask your own questions to get advice from other oil users, and you can share what has worked for you and help others as well. The doTERRA blog is a great place to learn more. They highlight different oils and share a lot of great practical information. They also post DIY recipes for things like body wash, dryer balls, and hand sanitizer, as well as recipes for food using essential oils. NewEverythingEssential.me is also a great resource. I particularly like this website because people post experiences and testimonies of how they use essential oils in their life for a particular issue. Have you ever thought of taking your oils with you when you're on the go and when you travel? I mean, why not, right? That keychain we talked about earlier is a great option. I keep a small flip-top bottle with hand sanitizer in my purse, as well as some of the beadlets that doTERRA offers. I mentioned I was an essential oil enthusiast. I started out carrying one keychain. Then I added another keychain because I didn't seem to have all the oils with me that I wanted to have on hand. and that turned into me buying a carrying case about the size of a CD case that holds 49 oils. I have had to start carrying a bigger purse because of it, but I love having my oils with me at all times. When I say have your oils ready to use, what I'm referring to is having everything prepared and convenient. If you always have to take 2 to 3 or 4 steps before using your oils, you're less likely to go through the hassle to use them. So simple things like making up roller bottles ahead of time, whether it's having them pre-mixed with a carrier oil in a roller bottle, or whether it's having cleaning blends made up ahead of time, it's best to have them ready to grab and use. It does take a few minutes initially to prepare them, but it usually doesn't take as long as you think it'll take. I don't know how many times I've talked myself out of making a batch of cleaning wipes or liquid hand soap. When I actually sat down to do it, it took less than 5 minutes. So just make the effort so it's easier in the long run. Lastly, use them. Sounds simple enough, right? I know in reality this is harder than it sounds. When we first started using essential oils, my mind kept going towards the modern medicines we were used to using. But trust me, if you make a conscious effort, it only takes a couple weeks to retrain your brain. If you already have essential oils, you probably already know the different ways you can use them, but we'll briefly cover these 3 different ways that they can be used. First, the first way is aromatic use. You can either add essential oils to a diffuser or add essential oils and a carrier oil to your hands, rub them around, and cup them to your mouth and nose to breathe in the essential oils. The benefits of aromatic use are purifying the air, helping open up the airways, and affecting your mood. This method is very popular in our home because 1, we homeschool, enough said, and because our family deals with some emotional issues. This is where the intermittent setting on the diffuser comes in handy. The second way is topical use. You can give your body systematic support by applying the oils to the bottom of your feet or along the spine, or you can support specific needs by applying them directly to the area of concern. The reason why we apply oils to the bottom of our feet is because the pores on the bottom of our feet are larger and will absorb the oils quickly. If you ever want to see something cool, go to YouTube and search for doTERRA Balance Blood Sample. This video shows you the effect that the grounding blend Balance has on the body. Balance is one of our favorite oils, and I'd probably say the most used oil in our home. Within 30 seconds, the essential oils have circulated in your bloodstream, so you can experience results quickly. The last way is internal use. This method is up to the individual and how comfortable they feel using it. We tend to be reserved in this area and use it as a last resort. I will point out that we only use Terra's essential oils because we trust the level of purity in their oils. I don't have time to discuss this tonight, but you can feel free to contact me for more information on this subject. When supporting your body with essential oils, you want to think through the ways you can use the essential oils in this order. Obviously, if you're dealing with a sore muscle from working out, you can probably skip the aromatic use and go straight to the topical use. But this advice is to caution you against going with internal use when aromatic or topical uses will be beneficial. I'd like to take a couple minutes to specifically talk about each method in a little more detail. I have mentioned 2 ways you can use essential oils aromatically already, the diffuser and by cupping your hands like an inhaler. But you can diffuse essential oils anywhere, anytime. Some things that make it more convenient are these diffusers you see at the top of the slide. The first is a small battery-operated or USB port diffuser. My husband has one of these that he uses at work. The second is a car diffuser that plugs into the adapter in your car. The last 2 are pieces of jewelry. There are many varieties of these online. I use the teardrop necklace pictured. My girls have similar necklaces made with terracotta. To use them, you simply add a drop of essential oils to the back. Let them air dry for a minute or 2 before wearing. I have also seen locket-type necklaces with a small piece of felt that can be removed and changed out with different scents put on them. The bracelet concept is similar to that of the teardrop necklace. Just drop essential oils directly on the bracelet. These are great for kids. What you diffuse depends on what you are trying to accomplish. Are you wanting to purify the air? Use blends like On Guard, Breathe, or Purify. Are you wanting to affect the mood? Use citrus oils, balance, or serenity. You can make your own combinations. I have found some pretty creative blends by searching online. We recently tried a combination of wintergreen and citrus bliss, and it smelled like root beer. We couldn't believe it. I've listed a couple of our favorites here. April's newsletter that I send out will have even more diffuser blends. If you'd like to receive my newsletter, please email me or contact me on my Facebook oil page to be added. A couple other ways that you can use essential oils aromatically right out of the diffuser are by using a spray bottle with distilled water and a few drops of essential oils. Be sure to shake up the bottle before spraying since oil and water do not mix. I've been using a combination of Purify and lavender essential oil to freshen up the furniture and decorative pillows. We have stuck a cotton ball in a vent in our car and on our humidifier with essential oils before. I have also heard of people who added a couple drops of essential oils to their air filters on their furnace. When I talk about topical application, I always like to point out a few safety tips. To make a long story short, I believe you should always use a carrier oil when using essential oils topically. If you have any questions about that, please contact me and I'd be happy to share my research with you. A carrier oil is simply a single vegetable oil. You can see some choice listed here: coconut oil, grapeseed oil, almond oil, jojoba oil, and olive oil. I tend to stay away from olive oil because it's rather greasy, but it will work if that's all you have. The difference between raw coconut oil and fractionated coconut oil is that fractionated coconut oil stays liquid at all times. You may have noticed the raw coconut oil that some people cook with can either be solid or liquid. At 76 degrees, it changes from a solid to a liquid. So we use mostly liquid carrier oils, especially when making a roller bottle because of the convenience. Just a little side note, fractionated coconut oil does not have the health benefits that raw coconut oil does. People often ask about the ratio of carrier oil to essential oil. A general rule of thumb is 1 drop of essential oil to 1 teaspoon of carrier oil for adults, and 1 drop of essential oil to 1 tablespoon of carrier oil for children and those with health issues. This is a great place to start if you are new to essential oils and your body is not used to using them. I'm especially cautious when dealing with babies under a year old as well. To help give you a better perspective, if I were making a roller bottle for a baby, I would use 1 drop of essential oil and fill the remaining portion of the roller bottle with carrier oil. And I'm referring to a 10 milliliter roller bottle. For my kids who are 7 and 10, we use about 7 to 10 drops of essential oils. For my teenager and my husband and I, we use about 15 to 20 drops in a 10 milliliter roller bottle, filling the rest with fractionated coconut oil. These are amounts what I consider a little high, although there are many people who put 40 to 50 drops in a roller bottle. But we have been using essential oils for a couple years now, and I feel comfortable with the level of benefits we are receiving. The best way to think of this is to consider the body size of the person who will be using it, just like doctors give different amounts of medicine based on your body size. As I've noted at the very bottom, use less more often. It's better to apply a little and come back and apply a little more and a little more until you see the desired results, rather than using 3 or 4 drops one time a day. Just to give you an idea of how potent essential oils are, there are 40 million trillion, that's 19 zeros, 40 million trillion molecules in 1 drop of essential oil. If you use 1 drop of essential oil on your body, each cell in your body would receive 40,000 molecules of benefit. So a very little goes a very long way. Another very important safety tip is when you are dealing with what we call hot essential oils, or if you were to accidentally get essential oils in your eyes. Some essential oils are considered hot. Examples of this would be oregano and cinnamon. These oils could actually burn your skin if you did not use a carrier oil. There are others that can be hot for some, like peppermint or lemongrass. These most likely would give you that icy hot tingling feeling on your skin. If an oil you use was ever to feel too hot, Use more of a carrier oil to help disperse the essential oil. This will lessen that tingling feeling. Never put essential oils in your ears, eyes, or nose. This is something I cover in my basic essential oil class, but for anyone who has not been to one of my basic classes, please listen up. It is not good for your mucous membranes to be exposed directly to essential oils. However, accidents happen. They have happened to us a couple of times. If you were to ever get essential oils in your eye, do not, I repeat, do not use water to flush out your eyes. Do not use water to wipe essential oils off your skin either. We all know oil and water do not mix. If you use water, the essential oils will be pushed further and further into your skin, and it will intensify that burning feeling. So just so we all understand, do not use water, use a carrier oil. We've already talked about why we use essential oils on the bottom of our feet, but to review, if you are wanting to affect the whole body, apply oils to the bottom of the feet or along the spine and the back of the neck. When you are using essential oils locally on a specific area, whether it is a muscle or the back, it's helpful to use extra carrier oil to be able to spread it around. Rubbing that area also increases circulation and improves blood flow, which makes the essential oils more effective. The same concept is used when using essential oils for body massage. Use more carrier oil. Reflexology can be used with topical application. You can see the graphic on your screen. There are also reflexology charts in the front of the Modern Essentials book, and you can search for them online. If you're dealing with a baby and you don't want to put essential oils somewhere they may touch and put their hands to their mouth, you can apply oils to a specific area on the bottom of their feet. There have always been a few times when we didn't like the smell of a particular essential oil, so we applied it to the bottom of our feet according to this chart. One instance I remember in particular was when we were using the Focus Blend in Tune. It has a rather strong smell since it contains patchouli, so we applied it to the bottom of our big toe, which is the reflex point to the brain. You may also have heard of the term layering. Layering simply means applying one essential oil, then another directly on top of it. You do not need to wait any length of time in between application. Just apply one, then the other. The doTERRA has created numerous proprietary blends because they have researched the science behind the oils and how they work when blended together. Some essential oils can be mixed together and be effective, but not all essential oils can be mixed together. I've learned this the hard way. I thought I would make it convenient by adding two oils that I was layering with success into a roller bottle. They were not effective when blended. An easy way to find out what works well together and which oils do not is to look it up in the Modern Essentials book. Under each oil heading there's a section that tells you which, if any, oils can be mixed with each other. Are you starting to see how important the Modern Essentials book is? I would not know what I know today or be able to use essential oils with such confidence if I did not have a reference book like this one. Internal use. doTERRA's essential oils can be used internally if they have a supplemental facts label on the side. You can also find out what oils can be used internally in your Modern Essentials book. You will want to use common sense when using essential oils internally. Again, a couple drops go a long way. I once read a post on a mommy blog that said you should never ingest essential oils. This woman went on to say that the reason she believed that was because she had once taken 6 drops of oregano essential oil internally and immediately got sick. Remember how we discussed oregano being a hot oil? It's no wonder she got sick. You have to use common sense along with your research and knowledge. It is not recommended that children under age 6 ingest essential oils. My recommendation is that you use a veggie cap to ingest your oils and that you add a carrier oil to the veggie cap as well, especially when you're dealing with a hot oil like oregano. Veggie caps can be purchased through doTERRA and Aroma Tools on Amazon, and I think I've even seen them at stores like GNC. doTERRA has a number of products that come in a soft gel: DigestZen, On Guard Plus, Tri-Ease, Zendocrine, and DDR Prime. They also sell respiratory drops and throat drops. These are all safe for consumption. Some people drink essential oils in their water. If this is your choice, do not use plastic as the essential oils break down petrochemicals. Always use glass, ceramic, or stainless steel. Because I do not prefer to have the oils touch my mouth directly, I use a stainless steel straw in my stainless steel tumbler. The water is infused with the flavor and the benefits of the essential oils, and the straw draws the water from the bottom of the cup, not from where they are floating on top. I typically add 2 to 3 drops of essential oils and drink about 3/4 of the water, then add more water throughout the day. The flavor is there for a long time. I may add another drop on the 3rd time I refill my tumbler. I know many people who could not function very well because of health problems, and the internal use of essential oils have helped them greatly. But ultimately, you have to know your body and what comfort level you have regarding this method. If you experience any discomfort and bad effects, discontinue use immediately. Again, use common sense. Next, I'd like to share with you a few helpful hints that I wish I had known when I started using essential oils. When you're trying to make roller bottles, sometimes it's easier to remove the orifice reducer or the roller ball. This can seem like a daunting task sometimes. I occasionally just wrap a tissue around the roller bottle and wiggle it off, but you can unscrew the cap, lift it up slightly, and use it to pry the roller ball off. This same technique can be used on the 5 milliliter and 15 milliliter bottles of essential oils. To replace those parts, simply set them back on the top of the bottle and screw the cap on. Easy peasy. We mentioned battery-operated diffusers are great for an office or while traveling, but you can use them outdoors with doTERRA's repellent blend, TerraShield, to keep away those pesky bugs in the summertime. Has anyone purchased doTERRA's fractionated coconut oil, removed the foil seal, and placed the flip-top cap on only to find out it leaks like crazy? Next time, remove the cap and poke a small hole in the foil seal. Do not use the flip-top cap. Just use the plain cap and drip the fractionated coconut oil out as needed. Another one of those why didn't I think of that moments. We buy our fractionated coconut oil from Amazon because it's cheaper, and I have learned that it's a lot more convenient than trying to use the flip-top caps as well. If you only have a flip-top cap for your carrier oil, there's still hope. I have found small pump bottles at the dollar store that I keep refilling with the carrier oil for the convenience of a pump top. Small spray toppers that you can get on Amazon and Aroma Tools come in handy when you only have a few drops of On Guard left in the bottom of your 15 ml bottle. Simply add some distilled water and a spray top and throw it in your purse or diaper bag. Now you have something to spray on your kids' hands to help sanitize them, or those nasty shopping carts at Walmart and the grocery stores. Just shake and spray. Another way to use the spray toppers is to use doTERRA's TerraShield blend and simply put the spray topper on the top of the bottle just as it comes from doTERRA and use it to spray everybody down in the summer as well. Lastly, stickers and labels. Maybe I like this tip so much because I'm an organized kind of person, but it truly is a helpful tip. When you enroll with doTERRA, you should have received a sheet of stickers with names of the oils. If you store your oils in a box or a container of some sort, placing a sticker on top is extremely helpful, so you don't have to keep lifting up each oil to find the one you need. That sheet includes a few blank stickers. These are good for when you make up blends. Trust me, you won't remember what's in that bottle days, weeks, or months down the road. The game of sniff and guess what this mystery oil is not as fun as you may think. My friends and I have often discussed this dilemma because it's happened to many of us. If you can't remember what it is, it's best to throw it out. And who wants to waste these precious oils? How do you become an everyday oil user? Some of this depends on your desire to use natural products in everyday life, and some of that depends on your financial situation. There have been many times I've looked at our budget and my doTERRA wish list, and it just wasn't possible. doTERRA is a generous company, and I have received many oils and products for free through their loyalty rewards program that we will discuss in the next slide. Listed here are just a few options that you have to use products every day. We always start our day with balanced grounding blend by either diffusing it or applying it. I can't tell you how this simple step has changed our family for the better. The lifelong vitality pack of supplements pictured in the upper right has literally changed my life. I could do a whole webinar on the benefits of the LLV, but to hit a few highlights, it's $600 worth of whole food, vitamins and minerals, omegas and fatty acids, antioxidants with benefits extending way beyond cellular health, and sold as a 3-pack for less than $75. I received great benefits from this at only a half of a dose, so 1 pack lasts me 2 months. Again, I can't say enough good about it. I'm off 2 medications because of it. Just to hit a few more highlights, doTERRA's personal care products are amazing, and most of them are all natural and have good alternatives when there isn't something natural that can be used to reduce toxic load on your body. We love the On Guard toothpaste and the cleaner concentrate. The Loyalty Rewards program is an auto-ship program that doTERRA provides for their faithful customers. You can think of this as a frequent flyer miles kind of a program. This can be a little tricky to understand, and I will explain it briefly, and if you have any questions, feel free to contact me. The most important thing to understand first is that each of doTERRA's products are assigned a PV amount. PV simply means point value. All of the essential oils and oil blends equal wholesale dollar amount to PV amount. So for example, lemon essential oil is $10 wholesale and it's worth 10 PV. Supplements and accessories do not always equal dollar for PV, so you need to watch when you are adding items to your cart and you are trying to qualify for a promotion or to reach a certain level on your Loyalty Rewards order. For simplifying, I'm going to say LRP instead of Loyalty Rewards program. Like I mentioned, the LRP is an auto-ship program. This does not mean you are locked into buying the same thing for the rest of eternity. The LRP has great flexibility on the ship date, and you can change your order every month. As you continue to order on the LRP, you earn points back on what you purchase. If you will continually order doTERRA products, the LRP is the smartest way to buy. You start out earning 10% back on your purchases and work your way up to earning 30% back. You can see the point system listed on the slide. You want to keep your order at a minimum of 50 PV in order to earn points and continue advancing up the percentage that you earn back. If for some reason you cannot place an order of 50 PV or more for 1 month, just place an order with one item and you will maintain your place and not lose any points. However, you will not earn any points that month. If you would like to receive a free product every month, place a 125 PV order by the 15th of the month, and doTERRA will include a free product. At the beginning of every month, a free product of the month is announced. This month's free oil was a 15 ml bottle of Wild Orange. Last month's free product was a 15 ml bottle of Cypress. This is how I have tried new products without having to purchase them. As you can see by the small box at the top of the slide, those points add up pretty quickly when you're earning back at 30%. doTERRA University is a website that you can go to learn more about how the Loyalty Rewards program works and also how to navigate your way through your virtual office. Your virtual office is where you place and track your orders. You can also watch informative videos on what essential oils are and how to use them by clicking on the Living tab. If you'd like to know more about the sharing and building aspects of doTERRA, there are videos available for those as well. I'd like to briefly touch on sharing and building opportunities doTERRA offers. In short, sharing doTERRA with others is simply just telling others about your experiences with the products and sharing samples with those you know and meet. When you have a wholesale account with doTERRA, you automatically receive a free web page that you can send people to when they want to order retail products from you. All you have to do to receive 25% in commissions from those retail orders is to be an active doTERRA member. What is an active doTERRA member? An active doTERRA member is someone who has made a purchase through doTERRA in the last 6 months. That's easy enough, right? I don't think it could get much easier than that. Something I offer to those who share doTERRA is 10% off the initial sales when you refer someone to me who purchases or enrolls. You can also receive 10% of the sales if you host a class with 3 or more non-doTERRA members in attendance. You just have to invite people to come to the class. I teach the class and you receive rewards. If you were interested in having your oils paid for or earning some additional income, you would be interested in the building aspect of doTERRA. If you enroll under me, I would be your mentor and help you along on the business side. I would help train you and teach alongside of you. In order to receive the higher commissions associated with enrolling others, there is a requirement of a monthly 100 PV LRP order, as you may have noticed on the previous slide. I can tell you it is very exciting and rewarding to share these products with other people. I have been doing this for over a year now, and I can tell you that it is a profitable adventure because doTERRA is so generous. It is something that I get real joy from doing because I help people improve their health and their lives. If this is something that interests you, please contact me, and I'd be more than happy to discuss this with you. Just before I close, I'd like to tell you, those of you who do not have doTERRA essential oils, how you can purchase them. doTERRA's products can be purchased a couple different ways. They are available at retail price. You can simply go to www.mydoterra.com/JanelleLott and look through the products, add what you like to your cart, and have them shipped directly to you. If you are interested in saving 25% off retail, you can purchase a wholesale membership with doTERRA by paying a $35 membership fee and purchasing the products you're interested in. If you'd like to save even more than 25%, you might be interested in purchasing an enrollment kit, which includes your membership fee and discounts your oils above wholesale price. Currently, doTERRA is running a promotion where you can receive a free 4-ounce tube of the Deep Blue Rub and a 5 milliliter bottle of the Deep Blue Oil Blend with a 200 PV order. If you were to order the larger Home Essential Kit pictured on the far right, you would qualify for the free products. I would also give you the Modern Essentials books we talked about for free, and I would throw in 6 roller bottles and a small bottle of fractionated coconut oil. This offer is only good through March 31st, so contact me to set up a time that we can talk and discuss your level of interest in essential oils. This has been an exciting and beneficial journey for my family. I don't regret enrolling with a kit for a moment. If you'd like to stay connected and learn more, you can connect with me in these ways. Again, contact me if you'd like to receive my monthly newsletter. I include monthly promotions, news from doTERRA, local class information, recipes, and tips every month. The blog is a work in progress and is mostly a duplication of what is on Facebook for people who are not on Facebook. As I have told those on my team, I am always available for questions to help via email, phone call, or text message. Does anyone have any questions before we end? I don't see any questions, so that's all I have for this evening. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope and pray that this was a help and a blessing to you, and I wish you all sweet dreams. Good night.